And cafe in Howard County has grown a lot since its founder first came up with the idea a few years ago.
Yeah, it has. And now an idea that was supposed to create a small gathering place for creative women of color in business is becoming a hub for an entire community. A renowned sociologist has stood by a theory going back to the 80s, an idea that as people, we need three spaces in life:
home, work, and then a third place where you spend time with like-minded people. There are low barriers to entry. So like a barbershop, knitting circle.
As an educator, Laura Bacon became a student of this theory years ago, and she believes most of us spend plenty of time at the first two places, home and work. But what about the third? 4 years ago, her curiosity became a passion project.
I was teaching at the time and working here in Howard County with an underserved population in the school system, and really felt like I wanted to use my heart for service outside of the school system.
Her knack for bringing people together out of the school system and into the world of entrepreneurship led her to create that third space for women of color in her community.
What's beautiful about me being an entrepreneur as well is that we're all on this journey together. So we all relate to each other in how wild and beautiful and brilliant and scary and terrifying this journey is.
She knew there was a demand. All she had to do was get it started. Easier said than done, though.
It's hard to do something new when there's no rule book, there's no playbook.
But as you can see, she figured out how to make the right play.
So we planned for about 25 women the first month, and the first month we had 50.
The focus is for, women of color entrepreneurs and business owners, and it's just great to have a space where you feel welcome and you know that you have support.
And now, the third is home to 200 members.
What does it feel like to have seen it from its inception and see what it is today?
I cried. There's a picture actually of Laura getting the keys from the engineer that works for the landlord.
I'm most proud of the look on people's faces when they come into the space or when they talk about their membership, and how they don't feel alone anymore in the work that they're doing or this brand new scary thing that they're trying.
So officially, it's a co-working space. Unofficially,
the word that everybody uses is it's a vibe.
It's a vibe.
I feel like the space itself really speaks for itself. It's a vibe. Everybody loves it.
I'm starting to think it's not so unofficial.
3 out of 3 people said it's a vibe.
Because it is. Because it is, yeah.
What would you say is so special about the vibe that you get when walking?
I think the community. We all try really hard to make it an inviting space for us to just be. It's a safe space.
It's a vibe, y'all. It really is. I mean, you walk in and it's like your shoulders drop. You realize you have a home away from home. You have a place to be. You have a place to be seen.
How often would you say you kind of hang out at the third?
Definitely come here on a weekly basis. And I come here too for the hummingbird cake, as well as...
Wait, I need
to
know more about this.
True story, the hummingbird cake, Chef Jamila does her thing.
Hummingbird what? We'll come back to that. But Chef Jamila Wright has been a key ingredient to the third's recipe since the beginning. When Laura asked her to come on board, she didn't hesitate. She knew what the third could be.
Hope and growth. There's not a lot of spaces for us to come and exist and be, and this place is that.
We are not only providing these resources, this hub for women of color entrepreneurs, but we're also using our position and our influence to make sure that we're letting other stakeholders in the county know now's the time. We need to be making sure that everyone in this community is served.
And to do that, this nonprofit needs support.
What's beautiful and unique about the third is while we are women of color centered and while we use our membership exclusively for women of color entrepreneurs, the space is intentionally open to the entire community, because we cannot make this beautiful forward movement around economic growth for women of color entrepreneurs without the involvement of the entire community. And Chef Jamila kills with all the food, so you're gonna wanna pick up a snack while you're here.
I mean, you heard the lady. Besides, it would be rude to come all the way to Columbia, hear about the food, and not get a little sample, right?
I'm gonna just take this off your hands. just so I can do more investigating.
I got you.
Make sure it's safe for other people to try.
I got you.
Research,
You
taking one for the team, right?
I do my research. You know, I sacrifice
Yeah.
myself, you know, for the squad. Well, if you'd like to be a part of the third or support his cause with a donation, we have more information on WMAR2news.com.
Well, and clearly there is such a need for something like this because, as she said, you know, 25 members, that was the goal, and then they doubled it in the first month. So hopefully we can see more of the third in other counties to, you know, help even more women of color to, you know, have a space to feel represented and get their product and their mission out there.
Yeah, and I'm glad to kind of follow up on that story after you kind of got it kicked off last year.
And it was just a blank slate.
Yeah.
You know, they were feeling, it looks amazing.
And it's busy. People are like walking through like, sir, I have an order.
I
Can
gotta
you get
go.
out the way? I know it's an interview, but can you move?
Excuse me. I got to get some of that delicious food. So.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
nice follow-up.
Yeah.